Today I'm gonna be ranking the best roller coasters opening in 2024, and some of them has already opened, but it is what it is. It is of course gonna be my biased opinion of each roller coaster, but I've ridden enough roller coasters across Europe and America to know what these coasters approximately has to offer, so let's get right into the list. Coming in at spot number 8 is Fire in the Hole at Silver Dollar City in America. The original Fire in the Hole ride closed forever at the end of 2023, but the park has secretly been building a brand new modern replacement for the past years, and they have worked with RMC, as we know, and this is RMC's first family coaster. And Fire in the Hole has just opened, and let me be honest, it looks kinda stale compared to other indoor attractions, but the theming is on point though. The budget was $30 million, but I think the layout drags the experience down. But it is a family coaster, that is why it is placed here. Coming in at spot number 7 is the Flash Vertical Velocity at Six Flags Great Adventure in America, and this will mark the first arrival of a Vekoma Super Boomerang coaster in the North America when it opens in the park in 2024. And this is a wild new shuttle coaster concept from Vekoma. The first prototype just opened in China in 2023, and it should be interesting to see how well it fits in within the Six Flag chain of parks. I've been loving the new next-gen Vekoma coasters over here in Europe. I've ridden Phoenix at Fall Summerland, I've ridden Abysses and Formula at Energylandia, and these are great rides with great airtime. The new Giga Boomerang has some pacing flaws when you see the point of view from the coaster in China, but it is still a great choice for Great Adventure. Coming in at spot number 6 is Mahuka at Walibi Rhone Alps, and wow, this is an interesting coaster. I believe this is the second Intamin single rail coaster opening in the world and also in Europe. And it is not the biggest coaster because it is 59 feet tall and it reaches a speed of 42 miles per hour only. Even though the layout is quite short and it is of course not the biggest roller coaster, it still has some great moments when you watch the POV. It has 2 tire propel launches, it has an inside and outside top hat, and it features 13 airtime moments, and that sounds like a lot compared to the length of this ride. A little whippy coaster layout mixed with a mix of airtime and inversions. This could be the sleeper hit of 2024, and I'm counting on Intamin. Coming in at spot number 5 is Hot Wheels Twin Racer at Mattel Adventure Park in USA. This roller coaster is themed to the popular toy cars from Mattel, and this new adventure park opening in Arizona will feature 2 roller coasters themed to Hot Wheels. The larger of the 2 will be the Chance Rides Hyper GTX coaster. We have waited a long time for a new Chance Rides Hyper GTX coaster, and finally we are going to have one, but there is no point of view of this roller coaster yet, and the only thing you can see is construction pictures, and it is said to have 4 inversions, 2 loops and 2 corkscrews. And RCDB says this is going to be a launch coaster that hits 50 miles per hour, and the height is going to be 116 feet and the length is 2,500 feet. The construction site picture shows me that this is going to be a mix of intense positive G inversions and tight twists and turns, just like the traditional Hot Wheels tracks. It really looks like an untraditional layout, but I'm all for it. Have you looked at the trains for this ride? These look so awesome. Coming in at spot number 4 is Circuit Breaker at Corderland, and I'm not sure if this is going to open in 2024, but have you seen this crazy layout? Of course, it's a new gen Vekoma coaster and it features a tilt element on the ride, and it looks so awesome, but I think this kind of coaster will have a lot of technical issues. But have you seen the layout? It has a rollover camelback after the first drop. It has a barrel roll down drop, and oh my god, this looks like an awesome layout. It mixes airtime, twists and turns, and cool new inversions. The highlights of this ride is going to be the already mentioned tilt first drop, and then the stall at the turnaround, and then the barrel rollover drop or some I don't even know what to say. Blah, 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 blah. The legend of Top Thrill Dragster has awakened and created a new image for itself called Top Thrill 2, and it takes spot number 3. The roller coaster at Cedar Point is being reinvented for the 2024 season by Samperla, and the original 420 foot tall top hat remains, but it has now been joined by a 420 foot tall rear spike track. The very intense hydraulic launch track is unfortunately gone, but we now have a new system, and it is the LSM swing launch system. It first swings the riders up to 74 miles per hour, then it goes backwards up the spike and hits 101 miles per hour, and then the third time it hits 120 20 miles per hour, and then it goes over the enormous top hat again. The sensations of the ride is going to be a mix between the Red Force roller coaster and the next gen Intamin swing launch coasters as we know. Top Thrill 2 in one sentence: bye bye intense launch, hello zero gravity airtime feeling. Spot number 2 goes to Hyperia at Thorpe Park in United Kingdom, and this is a huge roller coaster for Thorpe Park. It will change the park's skyline forever because this monstrous roller coaster really stands 236 feet, making it the tallest roller coaster in the UK when it opens. If we quickly take a look at the layout, it is really interesting to look at because have you looked at that twisted drop? This is going to be one of the best drops in the world in the back row, and I don't even know what to call this crazy element. It is an outward banked airtime hill that immediately goes into a barrel roll down drop. This just looks crazy. Imagine the airtime and the twist when you have a lap bar on. The layout also includes a huge stangle dive and then the stalled dive loop, which seems to give great hang time, and after that it has a splash section and then an outward banked airtime hill. Overall, Hyperia is a huge roller coaster combined with big but few elements that will probably hit like hell. Coming in at spot number 1 as the coaster king of 2024 is a Voltron coaster at Europa Park in Germany, and Mack Rides will take the top 2 spots in 2024 with the creation of its custom layout striker coaster for Europa Park. The stats don't seem too crazy on this coaster. It has a maximum height of 106 feet and a maximum speed of 56 miles per hour. The coaster will feature a dark ride style show scene near the beginning where it starts with a beyond vertical stall into an inversion followed by a quick corkscrew and several other LSM launches boosting the pacing. And it seems like the pacing is crazy on this roller coaster. In the middle of the layout there is a turntable where you launch up a beyond vertical spike stall and forwards up a top hat, continuing this crazy ride experience with a total of 7 inversions including a stall and a dozen airtime pops. Combined with Europa Park's crazy theming, this coaster could take a place in many people's top 10. And now that we're done with my suggestions for the best roller coaster in 2024, let's go through some honorable mentions. Of course, we all know the iconic Nemesis at Alton Towers in United Kingdom. It has gotten a new rework and the reframe of this coaster looks amazing. The coaster layout is of course the same, but the theming is awesome, and the new beast they have created, it looks so cool with the eye and the tangles that are just moving. Palindrome at Coderland is also another honorable mention, but I'm not sure if this will open in 2024 due to extensive construction delays for the project. The parts for the coaster has already been shipped, just like the parts for Circuit Breaker. They are just sitting there, they do nothing, so this will probably and sadly be a 2025 release maybe. And the last 2 coasters I need to mention are both B&Ms, and the first one is Phoenix Rising at Busch Gardens Tampa in America. And this roller coaster design looks like B&M's take on the suspended family thrill coaster that is very popular for Vekoma to create around the world. There are some rumors that indicate that the trains on the ride have a swinging effect just like the old Arrow suspended roller coasters. The only thing that holds B&M back is how much it costs to create a B&M because they are very reliable, but we also know that Busch Gardens have worked a lot with B&M and they have the money to do it. The last coaster I'm going to mention in this video is of course Iron Menace at Dorney Park. And finally it was Dorney Park's turn to get a new roller coaster, thank God. And I also think that this was actually a perfect fit for Dorney Park because a dive coaster, it is very underrated in my opinion. I know that dive coasters gets a lot of hate in the roller coaster enthusiast community, but I actually think that these new dive coasters look awesome, just like Dr. Diabolical at I don't know what it's called, Fiesta Texas is my guess. But I've never tried a B&M with a beyond vertical drop, and I really love Shikra. It is one of my favorite B&M dive coasters, so I cannot wait to go to Dorney Park and try this new dive coaster because the pacing also looks very good and far better than most of the old B&M dive coasters. Now we're beginning to reach the end of this video, and feel free to write in the comments what you think of my thoughts around these roller coasters in 2024. I'm definitely gonna ride some of them this year. I'm probably gonna try Top Thrill 2 out, and then I'm gonna hit Hyperia at Thorpe Park, and also, of course, my number 1 Voltron at Europa Park. Feel free to give this video a like and consider subscribing to the channel to support me and my future travels. And it could be really awesome to get new video ideas from you guys, so feel free to write in the comments what you wanna see next, and bye. Psst, my video just gotta hit 10 minutes, yeah, so I'm gonna speak a little bit, blah 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 blah. Bye bye.